survival of Lake Naivasha has been under so much threat, so much so that it's found its way to one of the highest offices in the country, that of the Prime Minister, with the formation of Prime Minister's Roundtable on Conservation of Lake Naivasha. It is at this boardroom that this document has been formulated, the Lake Naivasha Catchment Restoration Program, otherwise known as Imarisha Naivasha. The biggest question that comes to mind right now is, when will this come from the boardroom here and get down to business of restoring Lake Naivasha? The importance of Lake Naivasha to the survival of millions of Kenyans, both around it and across the country, cannot be gainsaid. Just months ago, the sight of dead fish floating on the lake highlighted the extent to which human interference with the lake's ecosystem was threatening its very survival. But today, efforts to restore and preserve the lake are in high gear, with experts from the relevant ministries partnering with the local community to conserve the lake.
There are many stakeholders that are interested in the management and the utilization of the resources. There has to be a way of bringing all these players together.
It is pictures like these taken of the lake around June this year that have prompted response from the Prime Minister's office, with the formation of a task force mandated to conserve the lake.
The team that we are putting up is an all-inclusive team that involves various stakeholders from the government, the NGOs, the CBOs, the companies, the flower farms, put it together.
Just months ago, water levels on the lake were receding very fast, while fish were dying under mysterious circumstances. That prompted concerted efforts spearheaded by the Office of the Prime Minister in identifying the causes behind the degradation and how best to address them.
We have a very good data information about that lake. That has made us to know actually what is the effect. And these has informed us. That is why we are coming up with this kind of enforcement in terms of protected areas, in terms of groundwater conservation, and also what we expect from the flower companies.
Experts working on the reclamation of the lake have narrowed down to the root causes of the destruction of the lake, which is a major source of livelihoods in Naivasha town and a driving force behind a booming flower industry around the Lake Naivasha region. But what exactly is being done to restore the lake and ensure its immense economic benefits are not lost?
We would like to establish at least 10% tree cover by the year 2030.
We are going to actually apply what we call efficient use of water, non-waste of water, and everybody is going to be only allowed what is equitable to them.
Efforts to conserve the lake are now bearing fruit, with signs that it was reverting to its former state beginning to show. But is this enough? For a complete recovery of this lake that is of international importance, it is imperative that the surrounding community and immediate beneficiaries of the lake be involved in the conservation process.
We are members of Lake Naivasha Riparian Association and Lanarua, and these two bodies have been very active in conserving the environment.
Perhaps the important thing would be to conduct a civil society training on the benefits of conserving the lake on one hand, and controlling how the natives and business community dependent on the lake, including the flower farms, use up the water by legislating stiffer penalties for over-draining or polluting the lake on the other. Just a few months ago, this lake, Lake Naivasha, was on the shores of destruction. But